Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I am making 3 gorgeous spring and summer floral wreaths. One of them is going to be a decomesh wreath using the Nadia method. Let's get started. For this wreath, I really wanted to use these gorgeous wildflowers from the Dollar Tree, and they're this kind of cornflower blue and a yellow. And we have Leo over here watching the window right now. And the first thing I'm going to do is grab this blue ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And by the way, people keep on asking where I get these fingers. These come in a set of 3 at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to hot glue it and wrap it around this wreath form. I'm all done with wrapping my wreath, and I finished it right here where it's going to be the front, because this is going to be covered by flowers. And I just wanted to say, if you are using a ribbon that has an edge like this, make sure you space out your ribbon nice and even as you're wrapping it along, so it has a beautiful look when you hang it up. Now I'm going to bring up all that greenery as close to the top as possible. And as always, if you feel like your little florals are loose, little dot of hot glue and put that right on top, and it's nicely sealed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have yellow, then a little bit of blue on top, and then on top of the blue, check out the ribbon I got from the Dollar Tree. And since I found like the bigger and smaller honeycomb print, I'm going to actually just do the 3. I'm going to do big, then white, and then this little one, and it's just going to work together so well. So let's start by cutting these guys. For the yellow, I have a bushel each on each side, and the blue one, I only have 1 of those, so I just put 3 and 3 on both sides. And then I'm going to grab a zip tie and just zip tie all of it in place. And I just try to kind of work with the flowers as I'm zip tying them in. Now it's time to zip tie my little florals to my wreath, and of course we're going to get a bigger zip tie, or you can also use floral wire. As long as it's thick and strong, it's going to hold it in place. When you're using a zip tie that's going to be really tight, you got to think of how you're going to hang this wreath. So if this is going to be at the bottom, then that's fine, but if this part is going to be on top, what I want to do is think about how I'm going to hang this wreath. So I'm going to grab a piece of ribbon and I'm just going to tie it, and then with this part right here, I'm just going to zip tie it straight onto the wreath, and you're ready to go. I just cannot get over the cuteness of this ribbon. I wanted to show you up close. Look how cute this is. So let's see here. We're going to have a little tail. Maybe I want to do a long one. And I'm just going to do a dot of hot glue. Bring it together. Next, some white ribbon, and this is the grosgrain ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Bring it together by dot of hot glue. And of course, this sweet little ribbon on top, a little bit smaller than our white one. And then I'm just going to hot glue it together really lightly, and I'm just going to squish it together as much as I can. And here I'm just going to bring it together with the floral wire. And to keep this elegant, I'm actually going to use a thinner piece of white little ribbon. Actually, the one that I'm going to use to hang it. There you go. And I'm just going to wrap it around the center a few times to make sure to cover that ugly green wire that I'm using. I'm feeding my wire through the zip ties, securing it in place in the back. I'm just going to straighten the bow out and all the florals, and we are all set with this wreath. For this wreath, I'm using some decomesh from the Dollar Tree, some yellow and blue, then this metal wreath form, and this one's 8 inches. It comes in a set of 2. And then I have some pipe cleaners For the Nadia Method, I usually cut my pipe cleaners into 4-inch strips, but I had some 6-inch strips left over, so I'm going to be using these. And I also have a habit of just folding them in half to make it easier when you're actually making the little bows. Let's go over the measurements for the deco mesh. The Dollar Tree deco mesh is 6 inches by 5 yards. We're going to be making 12-inch strips, and each roll of the deco mesh, you're going to get 15 bows. Just to show you how unpredictable Dollar Tree deco mesh is, the endings look the same, right? I actually have a little bit more on the blue, but I got 15 out of this one just like I was supposed to, and 14 with literally this much left over. Good thing I need less yellow than the blue, so that'll work out just fine. Let's make the Nadia bow. I'm going to grab my little strip and I'm going to kind of walk it out until the layers are overlapping about 1.5 inches. Grab both sides, pinch them, and then we're going to bring them kind of going from up and down. Bring it down. Then with one finger, I'm going to hold it on top right here. With my other hand, I'm going to start bringing all these layers together. This is the bottom of the bow because that's where we brought everything together. This is the smooth end. On the smooth end, we're grabbing our pipe cleaner and then we're going to wrap it around our little bow nice and tight. 2 twists, and all the fraying is either right here or on this side, on the inside of the bow. On top, it's nice and smooth and no fraying. Let's do another one, and I'm going to grab a yellow one. Walk it out until we're overlapping about 1.5 inches. Pinch it on both sides, bring it down in the center. Hold it on top right here with my other hand. Kind of make sure it's centered, and just bring it in. This is our smooth end, and that's where we're bringing our pipe cleaner. Going to give it 2 twists, and our bow is done. I have all my bows done, and I'm going to start filling in, and I'm starting with this first row from the inside, and that's going to be yellow, and then the second row right here, that's going to be blue. So this is how much one roll filled up. About maybe 1.5, but don't forget we're still going to have flowers at the bottom, so it's going to be just fine. Here is our wreath so far, and now we're going to do the decor. The first thing I'm going to do is my sunflowers. I am going to hot glue them to the actual stem, and my sunflowers I'm going to turn. That's the beauty of the sunflowers. You want them to be kind of flat on here. These come with 5 stems, but I want to use a little more, so I'm going to grab another one. And then the berries, I'll need, there's 6 here, okay. I'm going to cut 4 and see if I need any more, just because this is a very small area here, but that deco mesh is going to get pushed a little bit out of the way. First, I'm going to take this green out because it just does not go with anything here. Starting with my white ones, going to lay them down, then put in a little bit of the blue. I'm going to zip tie this in place. Now that I got it all situated, going to bend it, and I'm going to zip tie it to my actual wreath here. I'm just going to play around with it a little bit more here and there, but it turned out the way I wanted it to. And all I had to do was just match my colors and give it something to kind of balance everything, which is usually white or ivory. Okay, Leo, thank you. Just back off a little bit. All right, I'm going to start off with these bamboo rings. This is new to Dollar Tree. I've never seen this before, and it's just 2 bamboo rings. Leo is smelling them for some reason. They smell funny or something. To give it a little color, instead of painting it, I'm going to wrap it in a ribbon, and this is a baby blue Fray ribbon. I'm going to start with this larger one. A little dot of hot glue here, and I'm just going to go all the way around. Once in a while, I'm going to give it a little bit of hot glue and just keep on going around. I'm done with the outer ring and then the inner ring, and then where I ended the outer ring, I'm just going to place right on top, right here, and that is how I'm going to connect them. It's kind of hot glue and wrap around. To hang the wreath, I'm just going to get a little piece, and this bamboo is wide enough that I can just hot glue right here. And then overlap it, and you have a little hanging piece right here. I think I'm going to shorten it just a little bit. There you go. It's ready to hang. And then for extra security, if you want, I have this leftover piece. I'm just going to put some hot glue on there. And I'm going to cover that right on top. This is going nowhere. When I was thinking of how to decorate this wreath, the only word that came to my mind is elegance. I wanted it to be elegant. So I'm going to grab 2 of these dripping blossoms, and then I'm going to grab 2 of these white lilacs and remove the little greenery. Then I want the lilacs to go on top. And then I'm going to grab just 1 of these. I'm going to connect them right in the middle. And I'm actually going to chop off the sides here, the greenery sides, because basically what the yellow flower is going to do is cover this part right here. And I'm going to be using a little bit of a floral wire. And this is a 22 gauge wire that I got at Michael's. And I'm just going in between the flowers, making sure I connect them all with my wire. So I was going to add a bow right here, just a little elegant, simple one. But I think I really like the florals by themselves. It's very beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 more of these, what are they called? Freesia. And I'm just going to tie it in and then tie it straight to our wreath. And there you go. This wreath is ready for spring and summer. It's very elegant and very simple to make.